Day 2 of the Torian Pro, presented by TWL, and it is Linda, individual test number 3.
10 down to 1 reps of deadlifts, dumbbell bench presses and squat cleans. 17-minute time cap. The deadlift weighs 295 pounds, 134 kilos if you use the metric system. Bench presses with dumbbells that are 90 pounds each, 41 kilos. And squat cleans are 145 pounds, 66 kilos each.
A heat list for our 4th and final heat of the individual males. And eyes are going to be on our incumbent champion, Jay Crouch, in lane 5. But our overall leader, Zach Thomas, coming in that backfield position, in 30th position. After Ricky Garrard steps aside with a shoulder injury. Ricky was the one who broke the news to him because they both live in Wollongong. Said, hey buddy, you're in the big show again. Pete Ellis, Will Carney, 2 athletes we are really looking forward to seeing their progress up the leaderboard. Days 2 and 3 as we get started. Kayla mentioned it previously about James Newbury's length of his arms. Zach Thomas is also one of those athletes, and succeeding in Linda is going to come down to efficiency of movement and the recipes for success thanks to RP strength.
Avoid failing bench reps, smooth barbell cycling and fast transitions on and off the bench. Now we saw Andrew Samble in the last heat failed no dumbbell bench press, and he just had so much time to move quickly on those barbells because he didn't spend too much time on his bench at all. My eyes are going to be darting over to lane number 7, Jake Douglas. I think we're going to see something special from him on this test. The man has some pipes on him.
Jake Douglas, wowza. What a physique. As I said yesterday, when I grow up, I want to be Jake Douglas. That stuff is a lot of hard work. Coming in last year to the 2022 Torian Pro, he finishes in 25th position, and gee, he clawed his way back well. Say you come into competition like that last year, how do you reset and go, hey, let's just shake that off? Reset the leaderboard mentally and go again. How do you do that as a competitor?
You really have to leave what's happened behind and not focus on it. You can only focus on what's ahead. If you're focusing on everything that's already happened and it's out of your control, that's where it is going to start to eat in to the test to come. You have to focus on one at a time.
Noble, the official footwear and apparel brand of CrossFit. Shop now, scan the QR code, get shopping. Crouch looking great. And I had a quick chat to Jay out the front earlier with Matty Sturt as well. And I said to Jay that you look so composed. And he goes, I'm just getting around and doing what I'm doing. It might not look like I'm pushing the limits, but I am. And I spoke to him about the no rep he got on the muscle up as well. And he said, all part of competition, you've just got to be able to knock that out of the park mentally and just keep going.
And that's why he's such a great athlete. He doesn't focus on the things that went wrong. It is part of competition. You have to move ahead and adapt.
Saw before, Bailey Martin getting a test win, test number 2 yesterday. And barbell cycling, we talk about barbell cycling a lot. Bailey Martin is one of those athletes that absolutely loves it.
We mentioned in one of the previous heats that this weight for the guys on the squat cleans and the deadlifts, not particularly heavy, but the dumbbell bench press is the main star of this test, and it's going to be in the back of their mind that they need to save their grip.
Jake Douglas, see those veins in his forearms popping out. Fun fact, Jake Douglas, 2019, he was going to qualify for the Commonwealth Games as a weightlifter in the 96 class. Ruptures his ACL and subluxes his elbow, so he qualifies to the Commonwealth Games, but can't go because he gets injured. And something you did as well, qualifying for the Commonwealth Games as a weightlifter. What was that experience like?
Oh, unreal. Home games, something that a lot of athletes don't get to experience, doing a home Olympics or Commonwealth Games, and a memory forever.
We saw Tia competed there as well. We saw Alethea Boone compete there as well. So branches of CrossFit that extend out to other realms and other sports. Weightlifting is one of those. Gymnastics, one of those other tough ones, which you've been a part of as well. Monostructural version. We saw a bit of that monostructural yesterday with the Echo Bike, the Assault Air Runner and the Ski Erg. Three different components. Zach Thomas from CrossFit Wollongong. Very impressed with his composure day one, and what an event that it is for him here at Torian. Like, he came in here as a qualifier last year. The Torian Pro, as Andrew Sample just said on his interview, is just epic for those people that just train in their gym. You've got Zach Thomas coming in as a backfill. So you think your dream has gone. You get the last minute call up. Here's the golden ticket, Willy Wonka ticket. You're in. How do you adjust? Because you're probably giving away that dream and then it gets given back to you. How do you refocus?
Well, I don't think he would have stopped training. I think training is something that we just always do. But it also can mean that there's no pressure. He didn't think he was going to even be here. So the fact that he did get that backfill spot and he's here, and it's like, well, I may as well just come out here guns blazing and show everyone what I can do. And that he did yesterday. So impressive. And you know what? He did it and didn't even look like it was that hard.
I don't like that when that happens.
Everything's hard for me.
But then if you look back and you go, hey, test record for me, great. I've beaten some of the fittest men in the world at this same test, including Jay Crouch, who's been to the CrossFit Games 5 times, 2 as a team member, 3 as an individual. And we fast forward to the end of tomorrow, we try and work out what's going to be the makeup of our podium in the Oceania region here. It's difficult to work out who is going to be on it. You might think the way Jay Crouch started competition that he's probably a very good chance of being one of those 3. Who the other 2 are, I really can't tell you.
No, I agree. I feel like this is the first year in the Oceania region where we don't really have a good prediction of who it's going to be, because there is so much talent in the males and so much young new talent like Zach Thomas that have come out here and surprised us. So it's going to be very exciting at the end of today to see who is on that bubble.
Not out of breath, not struggling, not a hair out of place either.
Very strong hair.
And I reckon he brushed his beard this morning as well, because he absolutely looks 100%. And as a youngster coming into the sport, his progress has been awesome. And if you're going to be guided by anyone in the space, in the Oceania region, why not pick the master that is Rob Forte?
Look, he really does remind me of Rob out on the floor with that composure. Rob would never give anything away with his face either. And Jay is exactly the same. He's obviously learnt well from Rob.
Rob dropping a few hints to me yesterday when I spoke to him about his competitive future. And he was actually pretty humble as well. He goes, well, I wasn't good enough for the Masters division because I didn't qualify. But he hasn't discounted coming back as a team member. He said, individual, I'm done. But coming back as a team member could be on the cards, and they were pretty close this year. Came in at the 23rd spot. Reebok CrossFit Frankston. So he was close to being on the competition floor, just not close enough. So maybe next year.
Oh, give the people what they want, Rob. Come and throw down next to Jay.
Over the halfway point of our time cap. And the people we expected to do well in this test are doing it. Jake Douglas just having a look around. Struggled a little bit yesterday. Getting a 12th on that sled pull. Thought he would have found that a little bit easier to move with all of that upper body strength he has. But as Rob Watt said to me earlier about his quads blowing up a little after the sled pull, it's a little bit surprising. So maybe some other athletes are feeling the same thing.
I think that element of them not being able to use their feet on the sled pull and having to plant them, they were probably doing more squats than they anticipated on those sled pulls. Jake Douglas looking like he is not dropping the hammer just yet. Just having to make sure his barbell stays in the right place. The athletes have to follow the standards. Bar in the box, in between the right lines. Dumbbell bench press still looking like they did in the set of 10.
Jake Douglas, plumber by trade, and no surprise, have a look at those pipes.
We love a pun down here.
So 387 kilo clean and jerk. Jake Douglas held the record with that. 175 kilos. That's a lot of weight to get through a clean and jerk. And improving in his worldwide ranking, Jake Douglas, from 226 last year to 113. Is this going to be his year? 12.5 minutes. Sam Cornway's test record stays intact again. That squat looks like it is a PVC pipe. Down to the singles. Now this won't take him long at all. Sample's time of 13:50. Now time to beat down here in the Oceania region. And I have no doubts Jake Douglas is going to do that. 100 points for him here is going to propel him up that leaderboard. Jake Douglas, what a champion. And sitting in 6th, and he's going to bounce probably up to top 3-4 position. And second career semi-final test win. Jay Crouch, single rep. Talk about Mr. Consistency. 13:22 official time. Zach Thomas falling off the pace a little. He's in lane 4 in the black shirt. Will Carney now. Carney coming into today in 5th position. And what a result. Will Carney. That's going to put him into 4th position. Bailey Martin, important result here for him as well. Bailey Martin will get 5th overall. That will propel Jake Crouch into the lead after 3 tests of individual male competition. Riley Smith currently sitting 3rd. A 5th and a 10th yesterday. Time probably going to beat the rest of these athletes. Left on the floor. Pete Ellis, one of those from CrossFit Peak Blaxland. Jake Douglas. What a performance.
Well, we knew he was the one to watch on this test. He did not disappoint. Riley Smith is one I'm excited to watch in test 4 and 5. Shelabert Healy sneaking over the finish line.
Zane, good result for him. Came in 8th. The 2nd place finish on test 1 and an 18th on test 2. Riley Smith. Oh, I'm gonna love this top 10 leaderboard after 3.
We're in the final 30 seconds for every winner.
Pete Ellis. Another one of those athletes in the top 10. Zach Thomas is not going to finish. And capped out Zach Thomas, our overall leader after day 1 of the Torian Pro for 2023. Jake the Snake Douglas. Oh, signing autographs, kissing babies. Zane Shelabert Healy.